Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to Uber GT, I'm taking you on an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust sound video of this 1989 BMW Z1. Uber GT have this car for sale at the time of publishing, and all of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Z1 was inspired by the legendary BMW 507 that came some 30 years prior, and was the last sports BMW to feature only 2 seats. Z1 was created by BMW's specialist and remote BMW Technik branch that was comprised of highly skilled engineers and designers and was based just outside of the main headquarters. Z1 was hand-built due to its complexity and low production numbers, only 8,000 in total, and is formed around a sheet steel monocoque with complex plastics and glass fibre composite panels. It comes in at 3,921mm long, 1,690mm wide, 1,277mm tall, and with a curb weight of 1250 kilograms. And now we've finished with the model overview, we can view the powertrain. To do this, we first need to open the driver's vertical door and pull the engine release latch. Then moving around to the front, the bonnet needs to be lifted up from the rear, where it rotates forward and is held by a large hinge at the front. Z1 is powered by a front mid-mounted, naturally aspirated 2.5 litre straight 6 that produces 170 horsepower and 222 Nm of torque. This output can send the car from 0 to 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour in 7.9 seconds and onto a top speed of 141 miles per hour. This car has been fitted with the Musselman turbo that has brought its performance up to approximately 200 horsepower. Now we've finished in the engine bay, the bonnet can be lowered down and secured with a firm press at the front. Moving down to the corners, Z1 is sitting on 16-inch light alloy wheels at the front and rear. Stability is provided by a spring strut axle at the front with a custom double wishbone axle at the rear. And moving forward, we can see that braking is provided by sports discs and pads at each corner. We can now move to the exterior tour, starting at the front, where we find much smaller intakes than on current BMWs, especially the central kidney grills. As we move up, we come to the front light complexes that house the indicators and main beams. The smooth bonnet behind was developed to ensure air would flow over the car at a specific angle. The windscreen behind also helps this aero purpose, as it is set to 62 degrees. There are 2 wipers below. There is a soft top roof behind this. I'll demonstrate the mechanism later in the video. On either side, the electrically adjustable wing mirrors are connected to the A-pillars instead of the door panels. Along from these, we come to the vertical sliding doors. They come with a moulded door handle that is primarily used to pull the doors up manually if required. The manual key port is behind. Z1 has been purposefully designed with a smooth aesthetic, so there is only a side indicator and inwardly curved side skirts along the lateral aspect. As we continue back, we can view the rear of the soft top with its plastic rear window. There is a C-shaped panel behind that covers the roof when it is stowed. Just off from this is the small fuel filler cap for the car's 58-litre petrol fuel tank. As we come to the rear of the car, we come to the top of the boot lid. And now moving over the edge of the rear, we find the rear light complexes on either side with the model insignia and key port. Under the number plate, there are 2 open slats that vent air from the underside of the car. Z1 has been designed to actively manage airflow but still have a smooth design, hence these slits that channel air and produce rear downforce instead of a rear wing. Below this we find the towing eye to the right. The second open vent is central. And the single exit exhaust is to the left. We will hear how the car sounds later in the video. Now we've finished the exterior tour, we can move inside, but first we can lower the roof. Firstly, there is a latch under each sun visor that needs to be opened. Then, the top and bottom portions of the roof can be lifted up. Next, 2 catches, both behind the driver's seat, need to be opened to release the roof storage area. Its lid can then be carefully lifted up, and the roof can be carefully folded inside before securing the lid on each side with a firm press. With the roof stowed, we can see this rail that provides protection in collisions and can be used when getting in and out of the car. As Z1 is a late 1980s car, it has a relatively minimalist interior, but it is still very well equipped. Now starting with the doors, there is a set of brushes that presumably helps to keep the mechanism clean, and as we move around, we can see the wide sill that the doors go down into. There is a small release on the inside of the sill that can be used to open the doors by the occupants. Inside the driver's footwell, we find a speaker with 3 pedals. Now moving from left to right on the dash, we start with a manually adjustable air vent and exterior light controls. From there, we move to the slim, simplistic steering wheel and indicator stalk behind. The analog driver's dash features information for fuel level, speed and mileage, revs and engine temperature with warning lights below. Looking up, we come to the large rearview mirror and slim sun visors on either side of it. Moving down, there is venting and a small storage area on the passenger side, possibly to make up for the lack of a glove compartment. Now moving centrally, the central column starts with 2 more vents, then a digital clock, radio and cassette player, manual climate controls with controls for temperature, air direction and fan speed. Underneath is the button for the wing mirrors. Then a slim storage area and 12-volt socket. And electric window controls either side of the button for the hazard lights. Behind these controls, we come to the gear stick for Z1's 5-speed manual transmission that still shifts very smoothly. Continuing back, we next come to the manual handbrake and slim open storage area. There is a final, closed pot behind this. At the very rear, we find the main interior light. And another in the passenger's footwell. On either side of the central column are these manually adjustable sports seats that are upholstered in an interesting design and come with coloured plastic backs. The release for the roof storage area can be found to the driver's outside shoulder. And the 3 manual control points for the seats can be located on their outside edge and underneath. As we have now finished the interior tour, we can raise the door. Now moving to the rear of Z1, we can unlock the boot with the key and then raise the boot lid. Z1 has approximately 260 litres of storage space in the boot, and here we find the leather history folder and spare wheel. In the boot lid itself, we also find the original toolkit that needs to be unfastened and fastened with its screw. Now the tour is complete, let's hear how Z1 sounds. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust sound video of this 1989 BMW Z1, currently for sale with Uber GT. All of their contact details are in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.